Washington Commanders. First of all, this name was leaked a couple of weeks ago. Somebody found like a website domain redirecting to the official NFL website. But Commanders, that is such a lame, bland, uninspired name. I mean, it's better than Washington football team, but is that even really saying much? Is that even really saying much? There was so many better options for this name. A lot of people really wanted Red Wolves, but apparently that had a trademark issue. I really wanted Red Hogs, and there was a certain other name floating around, Admirals, that had a nice ring to it too, but here we are, Washington Commanders. And not surprisingly, most of their fans don't like this name. If you ask most Washington fans what they honestly think about this new name, Commanders, they hate it. So the name got spoiled weeks in advance, and their fans can't stand it. Honestly, are we even really surprised that Washington managed to screw this whole thing up? Are we even really surprised that Washington managed to bungle this whole situation? I mean, this is Washington. They are a dysfunctional organization. They have been garbage since they last won the Super Bowl in 1991. I wasn't even born yet. But it's really sad, because I was genuinely hoping that Washington would pick a cool, inspiring name. And I know some people are probably wondering, like, bro, you're an Eagles fan. Why do you care? Precisely. Yes, I am an Eagles fan. And we play Washington twice a year. The Eagles have a historic rivalry with Washington dating back to 1934. We've had big moments against them, like Randall Cunningham's 20-point comeback against the Redskins at Robert F. Kennedy Stadium in 1989, the body bag game at Veterans Stadium in 1990, and the Monday Night Massacre in 2010 at FedEx Field, a game where Donovan McNabb was the Redskins quarterback. So this is a team that we have a lot of history with, and a good rivalry needs a good name. Eagles Redskins, I liked that. It had a nice sound to it, but Eagles Commanders, I'm not really feeling that. But you know what, though? It's funny. So a few months ago, I was kind of pointing out how the NFL, we're almost always playing either Washington or the Atlanta Falcons in week one. Since 2015, that's been the case. But you know what? For once, I actually want to play Washington week one. I want the Eagles to be the first team to play the Washington Commanders. I want the Eagles to be the first team to beat the Washington Commanders. And so Washington, since 2016, we've played against them in the season opener 3 times. We played against them in the 2017 opener, the 2019 opener, and the 2020 opener. And then earlier this year, I was saying, God, I'm sick of seeing Washington in week one. Because it was like I wanted something different, But for once, I want Washington in week one. Give us those Commanders. I want us to have the first shot at those Washington Commanders. And now it's funny, will this actually happen? Or because I want Washington week one this time, the NFL won't do it. We'll see what happens. It'll be funny. The one time I want Washington in week one, will the NFL do it? Will they do it? I guess we'll see. So go Birds.